Captain Andrea Yu says the team is brimming with confidence and ready for battle.
I'm very confident we can do this tournament with a good preparation. So we have confidence. I believe in my squad. I know that we are going to really give everything that we have. Confidence doesn't mean disrespect. I respect every team, but we are also Ghana. And we need to go back into everyone's mind that Ghana is not there. So we are going to go into this game.
And that's captain of the Blackstars, Andre Ayew. So what does Coach Kwesi Appiah make of his opponents, Benin? Let's hear from him as the same pre-match presser where the captain, Andre Ayew, was speaking.
No, I think Benin has got a very good team. In your recent games, I think you won all the two friendlies that you played. And I've at least seen some of your games, and I'm 100% sure they are really strong side.
So let's go straight to Ismailia now. After hearing from Coach Kwesi Appiah, Benedict Owusu is with Joy Sports and he's currently at Ismailia. Good morning, Benedict. How's the weather there?
Hi, good morning, Nana. The weather by God's grace this morning is very, very good. And of course, it's going to be a good day for Ghana.
Definitely, I believe it's going to be a good day for Ghana as well. But what's informing your confidence? What have you observed in camp?
Well, Daniel, I mean, it's based on the trainings that I've seen. I've had the opportunity to watch the team, their last three training sessions yesterday, their very last training session, and everything about this team. The confidence of Andre Ayew yesterday when he faced the media, how he was answering questions. You know, I asked him where this confidence is coming, just the same question you asked him. And he said, well, he believes in the squad, he believes in his colleagues, and he believes in himself. And he thinks that this is a time for them to, do something for Ghana. And of course, everything that they've done from the pre-tournament campaign in Dubai up to today, that gives him so much confidence going into tonight's game. And if that's anything to go by, then I am also very, very confident, having seen them in Dubai, here in Egypt, and everything that they've done. I think that they can go out there and make us very proud tonight.
Now, we've faced Benin 4 times. We've won 2, we've drawn 1, and we've lost 1. What do you make of our opponents?
Well, Michel Biseye is manager of Benin. Yesterday, I was privileged to be at this press conference. He talked about how Ghana is also a top team. And, of course, he mentioned names like Asamoah Gyan, Andre Ayew, Christian Achu, Thomas Partey. And he feels that we have talented players going into the game tonight. Actually tipped Ghana as one of the teams to win this year's tournament. Benin themselves have been doing quite, well in terms of the qualifiers to this tournament. Their preparations went very well for them as well. I mean, it's a team that straight away maybe you sit somewhere and you think that, as for Benin, in terms of the pedigree on the African continent, we are talking about teams that have won the Nations Cup. We always will talk about Ghana winning for Benin not winning any tournament. So straight away, Ghana will beat Benin. But if this year's tournament is anything to go by and the qualifiers, you definitely will not underrate anything. And for Benin, they feel that, yes, they don't really have the players that we have, but they have a team that, they can really do something against Ghana. So their manager, Michel Biseye, very, very confident. I mean, this is not the first time he's facing Ghana. In 2012, they played against Ghana. It was very difficult for the Blackstars. The same person as well. I mean, he's coming into a side having gone to Ivory Coast. So he also knows the African terrain very well. And he feels that, tonight his side can, cause havoc.
So you have seen this Black Star squad. You have traveled with the team on numerous occasions, Benedict. What's different about the particular squad that we have?
Well, this very squad, it seems to be possibly maybe one that, in terms of unity, there's this peace around this team. The relationship between the players is that of a very cordial one. You see that this very team is one team that is looking at the collective aim that's ending the country's long wait for the title. There are no issues of maybe money. Players are not talking about any other thing aside what they want to do. Unlike previously where you get players, murmuring, players talking about money. But there's nothing like that. And, that's from the word go, gives me that confidence about this team. And you see that the coach as well. He's been able to put together a team of young and experienced players. 12 of the players that are in this very kind team were at the last edition of the tournament. You understand? And we have new players coming in. And if you look at how the Bond are training off the pitch, everything about the team is totally different from all that we've been seeing over the years. And the players themselves even confess it. I remember speaking to Richard Foy, who told me that for him, this has been one of the best ever national teams he's ever been to, having been to the under 20 level, under 23 level, and here at the Blackstars. He feels that it's been one of the most peaceful camps. It's been one of the best preparations they've ever had, and they are really enjoying their stay here. And of course, that gives them that edge to go out there and do very well.
Now, Benedict, from what you're saying, aren't we seeing any of the controversy that came before the tournament? I'm talking about Jan and Dede.
Daniel, absolutely not. There is nothing like that. I mean, it even came to me as a surprise when I first got to their camp. After everything that went on, as Jan initially coming out to say he wasn't going to play, the president's intervention and all that, I was really surprised what I saw when I got to the camp. It was as if nothing happened coming into this tournament. And as Jan also mentioned that, you understand, things had to happen because they happened, and they are in the past. We have to move on. And moving on, we are in a team now. And what do you have to do? You have to go out there and fight. I mean, if you're still going to hold on issues, you're still going to talk about things that are starting, why are we here? You understand? We have to just understand that we are here this moment to do this. And the aim is to win the trophy for Ghanaians. It's not even just about Ghanaians. It's also about us. I mean, if in the near future you are talking about players that are able to end the country's long way, then my name will not be mentioned, your name will not be mentioned. It will be the likes of Asamoah, and it will be Andrea Ayew who led the team as captain to end the country's long way, to be Coach Kwesi Appiah, who became the first, coach to win the title after how many years? 37 years. We'll care about all these players, you understand? So they have that opportunity. If they have that opportunity to end the long way, why would they be holding on issues, be talking about things that have passed when we are writing the history of Ghana football and we are talking about players that ended the country's long way, their names will be mentioned. Of course, they have that opportunity, so they have to go out there. So none of them, Samoa themselves, and I'm sure you've been seeing the skits, you've been seeing the Jama sessions and everything. He's even leading all that. Andrea Ayew is so cool. And they always move together, and there's no problem.
Wow, I feel the passion with which you speak yourself, Benedict. And we will go on the other line and speak with Augustine Ahimfo, who is a former Black Stars striker. Augustine, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Morning, Daniel.
So it's some 12 hours to that big game. If it were you getting ready for the first game of an AFCON, what will be going through your mind by now?
Let me say good morning to Ghanaians. If you've been in this game before, I think it is going to be as normal as possible because you need to psych yourself up before today. And so I strongly believe that this time the players know exactly what they are supposed to do. Most especially what the so-called minnows have done so far. Because all the countries that have played so far have played so well. And so we should be wary of what the Beninois team can probably throw at us. So we need to be very sure of exactly what we are going to do today.
That's where I was bringing you next, actually. Looking at the kind of squad that we have, where will our strength be? Where should we be focusing on working?
We've seen good football, not because countries have seen that they need to perform, but also I believe that the Nations Cup has been shifted to summer. And so it's giving the countries enough time to prepare compared to what we used to have in January, because you could not have 3 weeks to prepare for a tournament. I would say that the fact that we've had 3 weeks to train, I believe we've been able to put our team together. We have the players, I've always said that, but what we needed was to build a team out of the players that we've had. And so I don't want to speculate and see where our strength is. I want to see a good team. Our strength is that if we are good to go as a team, I am sure that we can carry the day.
You mentioned how strong the other teams have been. You mentioned how everyone is taking this competition seriously. What should we be looking out for on the Beninois front?
The good thing for us is that their captain is suspended in the person of Sessignon. And so we need to capitalize on it. He's a very good player, but the fact that he's not in this game is a plus for us. I would want to see us from the word go that we put our best foot in front. We should not say that we are waiting until certain areas or part of the game that we want to open up the gas. If indeed we have to go all out in the first 20 minutes, get our goal, and subsequently play with a system, then that is fine. I want to see us not lose today. The least of it should be a draw today. Yeah, because it's the first game. The goals, really, I'm not bothered for now. Because don't forget that our next game is against Cameroon. And so we should at least have a good result today.
Augustine, please hold on for just a moment. Augustine Himfo is a former Black Star striker. He's the one who's with us on the line. It's 11 minutes to the top of the hour. Gary Al Smith is with us in studio. Good morning, Gary.
Good morning, Daniel.
It's always good to see you here in the morning.
Yes, it is.
Because I know when you come in the afternoon, you stay till...
yeah, till late.
Yes. But thanks anyway for pulling through for us. Now, in the first place, the atmosphere, the anticipation of the Black Stars game, it looks like there's still a lot of wait and see that Ghanaians are applying to this. And
like I just said in a piece I've done on my Joe Online, that wait and see approach has been earned by the Black Stars, if you like. You know, people have earned the right to be cynical, to be suspicious even of the team. They've earned the right to be whatever it is that you want to say. You know, we put out a poll this morning, 2 different kinds of polls on our Twitter in anticipation of the game building up. And one was, what do you expect to happen in terms of Ghana winning or Ghana losing or just a draw? And then I think, last I checked, about 75 to 80% said they expected a Ghana win. And then we put out, a poster advertising today's games on Joy FM, saying that retweet for a Ghana win and for a Benin win. We've got more likes. We've got about 40 likes and just about 10 retweets.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, so it's just Twitter, but it gives you an idea of the reticence people have still of the Black Stars. And really, it's up to them. It's up to them to show up to. You saw the way Mali played yesterday with freedom. It was just Mauritania, I know, but yeah, that's what you do. You beat whoever it is in front of you convincingly, or make the people back home see that, okay, we are ready to give this a right go, considering everything that's happened from 2014.
It's 9 minutes to the top of the hour here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. I am Daniel Daz in studio with Gary Al Smith. George Adu Jr. has rejoined us. Augustine Ahimfo, former Black Star striker, is on the line. And Benedict Owusu is also on the line. Benedict is in Ismaila, Egypt, where the Black Stars will be facing Benin in some 12 hours, a bit of 12 hours, yes. George, you have been in commentary position for most of the games that we've seen in the AFCON so far. What is the similarity that you're seeing in the way the players are playing, in the way the fans are approaching the games?
I think that the underdogs are going to make you run. They're going to make you fight hard for the point that you deserve. If you're not careful, they take a point off you and you end up with a point, like we saw in the Madagascar-Guinea situation. So I think that the underdogs have come to the party. They are playing hard. And it's because there's the extra motivation. They know that if they're able to get a point in the opening game, which often is the greatest opportunity for them to get a point of the big guys. If they're able to get a point, if they're able to win, if they manage the scoreline, even if it's a defeat, they can find a way through to the round of 16 because they can go through as one of the best placed set teams. And that is what they're looking out for. So they are coming in so hard. And I think the favorites have tried their best. Sometimes the quality shows. In other situations, the minnows, shoot themselves in the foot, like the Namibia-Morocco game. It was an own goal in the end that allowed Morocco to get all 3 points. But it's all part of the game. So I think the Black Stars today would expect a very difficult game against Benin, who are also a physical side. And I think the physicality in this tournament so far has been really, really up there. That Ivory Coast South Africa game was another one. Yesterday we're sitting through looking at it. I think that for the fans, aside Egypt playing, yesterday we had a chat about it in commentary post. Gary said it's fairly fine. It's fairly what the rule is. We can't get all stadia full. So aside the host nation playing, it's been empty. It's been under 20%, in terms of how full the stadium is. But so far, I think the competition has been good.
Good competition. We're going to wrap up with this in just a moment, but I want to go back to Augustine Ahimfo with what George just pulled in, because so Mr. Ahimfo, George just mentioned how important it is for the underdog to come into the first game to get a point. But how critical is the first game in general? Because I remember France played in South Africa 2010. The first game didn't go well. The rest of the tournaments didn't go well. And we have a number of examples like that. What would you say about the first game from a player's position?
I think it's very essential for us to have the results today. I've earlier on indicated. I don't foresee us losing today. And it's very, very, very important for us to get the points that we need to progress in this tournament. I've stated earlier on that our next game is against Cameroon. And anything is possible to happen in that match. And so we need to, at all costs, have a very good result today. That will not jeopardize our chances going forward. I've said severally that the first time we've had more than 3 weeks in a pre-tournament camp. And I don't think we should have excuses if we are not able to perform. Because to go to camp, a pre-season camp, is for what? Is to put your team together and put finishing touches to whatever you intend doing in the tournament. And so it is very, very important for us to showcase to Ghana that, of course, we went to Dubai and we did not go there to sleep. I rather went there for a preparation that will give us the result that we need. So I'm praying for them also. And let's wait and see. Last night, someone invited me to give me a jersey. And so I'm going to put on my jersey today. And let's all unite behind the flag.
Yes, let's definitely unite behind the flag. I'll allow those to be your last words. Thank you very much, Augustine Ahimfo, for joining us. So, Gary, beyond today's game, the Black Stars playing in the AFCON generally.
My thoughts on it? Well, I just take it game by game. I mean, yesterday we had a furious arguments. I mean, furious, loud, George, you were around. Yeah,
okay,
you were sleeping by then. After our late night shift.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
right.
so after Prime on joining.
So it was you and Hans, I guess.
Hans and myself. Hans is one of those people, despite being a journalist, he's very pessimistic about the Black Stars because of things. Like, very, very pessimistic. I'm like, chill. Like, put some respect on it. Because we've made a semi-final 6 times in a row. And yesterday I was doing a bit of fact-checking and all that. Historically, this is the best period the Black Stars have gone. Forget that we've had the trophy. This is the most consistent we have gone. There was the period when we went from 63 to 70, where we won in 63 and 65, and then we played second twice.
Yeah.
So that was 4 tournaments.
Like
4 tournaments. This one is 6 straight tournament semi-final. We've never done that before.
But that one had more quality, from what I'm listening to.
No,
we were second twice and then first twice.
But this one is 6 and twice in the final.
In the semi-final. So we've done semi-final or better. So we've done a second, fourth, third, second, fourth. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so consistently wise. I was making my point to him that, we haven't won. And he made the point that football is all about the winning. I mean, nobody's going to remember how many times we came second and all that. And I mentioned that for us in particular, because of all the funny stories that have clouded us before every tournament, this is why people will say that, why are Kwesi Appiah and Andre Ayew and all those guys in all the interviews making such a big deal about how peaceful and how, if you've not followed the Black Stars before, you understand how factionalism and undermines the very fabric of the team. So you normally wouldn't see that, this player is not passing this player on the field. You don't normally see that. But the undercurrents are there. And it's the little things. So if they are saying that, and all the reporters, and I mean, I'm talking about the most anti-Black Star stations, on the radio and TV market, all saying that Charlie, our correspondent, they feel like this is what is going on, and for me, it's a good vibe. I know a lot of people don't want to hear this, but even if we don't win this trophy, but we can move from that antagonism within the team, whatever it is that had been there, to a new generation. And you got a hint, Christian Achu. Remember he said in the interview that he personally feels that if we don't win this trophy, he's got the feeling that some of them are going to retire. Some of the key players are going to retire because they'll feel like they would have done enough. Remember, somebody like Jonathan Mensah is doing his South African Cup of Nations as young as he is.
Yeah, but he came very young.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's what
and if you look at the starting 11, you see quite a couple of them. Wakaso, he came recently. How many Cup of Nations is he doing? About his third or fourth?
Gone to World Cups.
No, but nowadays you are playing it every 2 years. So there are more.
But it also says something. Like if you look at Mali's team yesterday, and people say, oh, Mali, they are not doing that. And I'm saying, yeah, Mali. But this is the team that beat Ghana in the third and fourth about 3 AFCONs ago. And they have been building consistently. Under 17, they've been doing well. They won some African championships, some under 20 as well. And that's exactly what they are doing.
Let me just put this right. You don't need a world-class coach to win the Africa Cup of Nations. Now, that's a marker.
That's a good
so
one.
Hold on. All of you thinking that Kwesi Appiah is not there. Not all the coaches are there. There's no Pep Guardiola there. There's no Jose Mourinho there. Now, what you do is you must play collectively and play as a unit. That's how the Africa Cup of Nations have been won. And what's more important or most important is the attention to detail. And that's it. So once the technical team can pick up attention to detail, it's fine. You don't need all the stars in your team to win the Africa Cup of Nations.
Bruno Metsu was not.
I mean, don't.
He was not impressive.
I don't know. Sometimes when we go on with this argument, we say, "Oh, Kwesi Appiah." I understand Kwesi Appiah makes some mistakes and all that. We all make. That's what I'm saying. That we all make mistakes.
We got to the final.
Yeah. So Gary, we all make mistakes.
He took us to the final.
All right. So two things. I want to settle this coach argument once and for all. Now. We have Kwesi Appiah, we have to make do with him. We have to support him and help him to go there. Right. You cannot employ Jose Mourinho or Pep Guardiola. And that's just the case. So we should take it as it is. But I just expect the technical team, from all that has been happening to the Black Stars, to learn to pick up the details. Very, very, very important. And I've heard from journalists who have covered the Africa Cup of Nations when they're talking about times where, some politicians get into the camp and they want to see the players when they have to sleep. All of these things are little details. When we have a penalty shootout, we've hit the first 2. We have to bring our top guy next to hit the third one because it's important. He doesn't wait for number 5 because he wants to, take the trophy. These are the little things that we have to work out. You check how the counter-attacks have disturbed us so much. Like in the Cameroon game, we all went. We left ACN, who wasn't fast. When the Cameroonians had it down here in 2008, they went and they counter-attacked and scored.
You had the same thing in 2010
In 2010,
well.
that's how Gedo got the goal. So let's go through these videos and pay attention to the detail. Because sometimes all it meant was scream at the guys to come back quickly because the last guy there is not fast enough. That's how you win this Africa Cup of Nations. So I think we have what it takes to go there. Now we need to believe and play as a collective team.
I don't want to try to make any prediction. The only solid prediction I'll make is that as for the group stage, I am quite sure that we will get out of the group stage. I mean, as for that one, beyond that, my mouth is sealed. I'm not saying anything.
Which it is. And I think Ghanaians have to watch this out. Guys, don't let us get ahead of ourselves. We like doing this too much.
No.
It's because when you are in the quarterfinal and you see yourself in the final, and we've done this, remember, in 2013, before we played Burkina Faso, Nigeria were in the final. We said, oh yeah, we're going to beat Nigeria in the final. That's what we want.
No, but George, we are fans.
No, I understand. And when I spoke to some of the players.
So you are a fan. It's true.
Yes,
it's true.
Yes,
but for the players, they shouldn't be making.
So when I spoke to the players, I said, yeah, you can't control what the fans or how the fans feel.
Exactly.
That's a fact.
Exactly.
But it's also good for the fans to take it easy so that you don't die.
Damn.
Because if you're in the quarterfinal and you are seeing the Black Stars in the final or winning the trophy when it hasn't happened, then you have a problem. But really, I can't say anything about the fans. The fans can be who they are and enjoy the game.
Can't curb my
but the pressure shouldn't get to the team, and they should get the job done. Game after game. Simple.
Benedict Owusu is with the team at the moment.
Ben! He's still on the line.
He's still on the line.
King Pharaoh. One Ben. Ben Ismail.
Ben Harvey, are you still there?
Oh. Yes, Daniel.
Pharaoh, Papa.
One time.
Okay, so Ben, we want to know. But we want to have your final comments before we finally leave. A lot has been said about, the pressure that the boys should be feeling and how they should be taking it now. But what's the tournament mentality for this game? What's the tournament strategy for this game? Are we going game by game? Are we looking at, let's get to this stage? Are some players saving? What's it like in the team?
Daniel, I mean, first of all, if you want to play in a tournament, you have to qualify, right? And you did so, and we are here. And if you want to win the tournament, you must first get out of the group. So getting out of the group, you first have to play your first game, your second game, and then your third game. So I think that it's just a basic thing you have to do. Just take it game after game. So the first game is tonight against Benin, after which we think of the game against Cameroon, and then we think of the game against Guinea-Bissau. Whichever game comes, we take it as it is and see what happens.
Thank you, Benedict. Thanks, George. Thanks, Gary.